Welcome to my happy place.
It's a little softer and like a little more playful, but still edgy.
I'm really happy and grateful with where I am today. It's the Leah McSweeney Show. Welcome to the Leah McSweeney Show. This episode is called Men Are Trash. And I am so happy. This guest is epic, iconic. My best friend, sister, who started working. I'm so excited. Who started working for me at Married to the Mob in like 2009,
I want to say.
As an intern, and quickly became an employee because she's an incredible creative. She's an incredible designer. Any good idea that Mob came up with, it was actually her idea. I probably owe you like commissions on things or something. That bitch sticker, like, thank you. That helped me get through a lot of years. This is Diana, everybody. Yes, Diana. Today we're going to talk about men.
And how awful they are.
And how awful they are. The Long Island serial killer. Tom Brady. Men that you fuck with, men that I fuck with. We're actually not going to talk about those guys, even though we should talk about like our worst date story at some point. But first, because it's like on top of mind, let's get into Long Island serial killer a little.
I'm just shocked that they actually found him.
You're like a murder, like you're like kind of like a crime story fanatic.
Well, yeah, but also obviously I've been following the Lisk
Of
story
course you
for
have.
years because
Right.
it's wild and it's like in our, it's right
Backyard.
in our backyard and
Yeah.
it's just like insane. But yeah, it was just so unexpected. I feel like when they were like, "Oh, we found him."
Honestly, I thought the Long Island serial killer was an ex-friend of mine.
I remember. I remember
Yeah.
being an intern and talking about
And
it.
I won't repeat his name, obviously, because and we're not friends anymore because he's horrible. But
Yeah, he yelled at me one time.
did he yell? Of course he yelled at you.
Yeah. As an intern.
Yeah, he had an issue with prostitutes and cocaine. So, but anyway, you were also the reason why I started listening to podcasts, period, years and years ago when,
Really?
yes, because you told me about Serial.
Oh, yeah, that one was,
That was my first
Great.
podcast I ever
I feel
listened
like that
to.
was a lot of people's first podcast.
I didn't even know what a podcast was before that.
It was my first one too.
I remember we were in Colorado for like the Zoomies 100K. For people that don't know, Zoomies is like a mall chain store that I sell Married to the Mob to. I don't even know if they have anything there right now, but every year they do a very fun event in January at a mountain in Colorado. By the way, I'm extremely, what is that? I get altitude sickness.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't do well in elevated, can't do Utah, like can't do Colorado. I can't do any of that shit. Diana drove me through an avalanche to the ER to get me oxygen. Thank you.
Was that the same trip?
That was a different trip than the
was a
Serial
different one.
podcast. Yeah, the Serial podcast one was
later.
like one of the
It must
first.
have been the first.
But we had so much fun.
We
Every
did.
single like skater guy is there.
Talk about horrible men. They were
There's
all on that trip.
There were so many horrible men. I definitely had sex every single January that I was there.
Remember when we saw my one ex there and then he came and knocked on our hotel room door?
Yeah, but I
Like a
didn't know.
psycho?
Wait, no, I didn't know.
Or
that
he like showed up at the hotel and was like, "Come downstairs" or some shit
Wait.
like that.
Dude, I forgot about that horrible ex. Wait, are you cool with him now or not really?
I haven't spoken to him. in
He wasn't
years.
as horrible as some of the other ones, though, right?
No, he was just.
Now he
wasn't
doesn't.
abusive, and
Right.
I think he had some undiagnosed mental illnesses, but
Yeah, and maybe
they
now
might be
he's-
okay.
Yeah, maybe he's taking his meds now. It was a while ago.
Yeah, it
People
was a
can
long time
change
ago. Yeah.
sometimes, but you really put me onto Serial, and you put me onto the podcasts, and you also. But you came on my last podcast, Improper Etiquette, and you talked about the craziest murder. Oh my God. I don't even,
awful.
that was horrible.
It was actually a survivor story, though.
That was,
It was a horrible story.
Yeah, it was horrible. I don't want to get into it. It's too depressing.
But very interesting and insane.
Isn't it the truck? It was like a truck. No, was she? I don't want to even know.
He cut off all of her limbs and like threw her on the side of the road, and she like
God.
patched them up with mud and like survived.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
I can never
awesome.
complain about any of my problems.
I mean, at that point, it's like, what would you even?
And she's still alive.
Yeah.
Go Google this woman if you need motivation.
I don't
I
remember
mean,
what her name was. Something.
well,
Black.
Google like woman who had all her arms eaten off and still is alive to tell the
Not
tale.
eaten.
Oh, he didn't eat them. My bad. Isn't it weird that we remember that when we were obsessed with that other murder podcast? What was it called? The main one with the two girls that were like the voice.
My Favorite Murder.
My Favorite Murder.
Oh, yeah, I still listen to them.
Oh,
They're
wait,
hilarious.
Are they still on?
Yeah.
Why aren't they ever in the top shows anymore?
I feel like they must be, no?
I don't think
don't
so,
know.
because it's like now there's Dateline is always in the top 10. Dateline, Crime Junkie is a big one.
I don't really listen to that one too much.
So I
Too
went
many
through
men.
I went through a very serious murder podcast thing, and I couldn't go to sleep without listening to murder podcasts. And then it changed, thank God. And I'm like, I can't listen to this anymore. It's too disturbing, and I can't. And but there's also a blurred line of like, is it entertainment? Are we
Yeah.
learning? Is it right?
It's
kind
weird. It's a very strange
of
thing.
because we're having a reckoning with everything, of course, and we're starting
Yeah.
to really rethink our like values and morals and how we're like acting as a culture. I feel like the My Favorite Murder Girls did get dragged for a little bit.
Yeah, because it's like a comedy podcast.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to make light of the darkest
Well,
stuff. But
right.
it's like,
they talk about that a lot, like that they have to.
but it's not their family.
Right, but they also do a lot for like.
They do.
They like donate
And
they do all
stuff.
kinds
They
of
have
shit.
to.
Yeah.
All right. So do you know any details about Lisk?
Well, so I'm very confused because I know that he's been charged with 3 murders, which weren't first degree, which I think is weird.
Wait, can you explain? I don't even know what's first degree, like when you plan it.
Yeah.
Huh. So they're saying he didn't plan it.
Second degree is like, it was kind of, I guess, like not spur of the moment, but like he just made a split decision and killed them or some other way. Like
Right.
it wasn't premeditated.
Right. Got it.
And then he's the prime suspect in a 4th murder, but that's only 4 bodies and there was like almost 20.
And there was a toddler.
One was a toddler.
They just started, like, what happened? They started digging and found one, and then they found like so many more.
What happened is a girl called 911 and she was like, he's trying to kill me. He's following me. I need help. And they were like, where are you? She's like, I don't know. And they went and they looked for her and she had been like in the marshes in Long Island near this beach and they found her, but
Alive.
no.
Oh my God.
No, she was dead in the marshes.
My God.
And while they were looking, they happened to find multiple other bodies. And then, years after that, they continued to find like a bunch more. But it was the 3 that he's being charged with, I think, were all matched to him through DNA. So I think those are like for sure.
Didn't his wife's DNA, right, or something?
Yeah, his wife.
I'm sure she didn't have anything to do with it. Maybe his wife's DNA was like on him.
Yeah,
or something.
I don't really know. That'll be an interesting.
Women don't do this shit.
I mean, they don't.
They just don't.
They don't.
I mean, what, Aileen Wuornos? I feel like she was just
different. That was
way
like
different.
survival.
She was exactly. She was like fucking killing men that were like trying to rape her.
Yeah,
like it was.
and robbing them.
I think it was like horrible that she was put to death.
Yeah.
She was executed.
Well, yeah, because she was probably tried by a bunch of men, and they
Right,
were like,
of course.
And
there's all these like other men serial killers, and it's just like men are the predators. Men are the ones that molest children. Okay, sometimes there's women. It's so rare.
It is
so rare. You don't hear about nuns raping little kids.
Yeah.
It's priests.
It's fucking. It's a very strange thing. But also, it's just like the closest thing to like real evil is like a serial killer, like real life evil.
And molesting children.
Yeah.
Yes, those 2 things I think also are completely. It is like Satan incarnated as a person, is like harming little children.
Yeah.
And serial killers.
Yeah.
Because some murder, it's like, all right.
Right.
Not
Not
all
all murder is serial killing.
Exactly. Planning and getting joy out of it, and all that.
It's disgusting. I read somewhere that his lawyer said he was traumatized.
I read that too. Like, are you kidding me, bro?
I mean, I understand why the New York Post it's like posts these stories or whatever, but it was just like my first thought was delete this. Why
Don't even give this to him.
Why would your lawyer even say that? Like, it's insane to me. He's traumatized. He's a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, I don't think this is good public optics. Like, I don't think you should be saying that. Like, I get it, it's a lawyer, but like, this isn't what people want to hear right now.
Right.
Also, this guy, I mean, to be
There's
honest,
no way anyone's ever going to feel bad for him.
no. And he's not getting a fair trial.
No.
He's just not.
He's not.
What if it's not him, though?
It is, I think. But so here's the thing. There's so many other bodies, and they haven't, like, they said that he's, they're looking at him for, like, 10 other ones or 6 other ones. There's so many more than that. And the whole thing before they caught him was that there might be multiple serial killers because the bodies were disposed in such different ways.
Whoa.
And I'm, like, wondering if that's still a thing, if they still think that, like, there's another person.
And he preyed on sex workers.
Most of them do.
Because he didn't think, because they're easy
Yeah,
target.
a lot of them are Jane Does.
Right.
A lot of those bodies are still Jane Does.
Imagine no one's coming to claim their family member, their daughter or sister. Or
the mom and the toddler are Jane Does.
Oh my God, dude.
There was a guy, a trans guy, girl,
trans woman, probably.
Yeah. He wasn't. They describe it as like a young Asian male dressed in women's
Okay,
clothes.
so they aren't sure because obviously this person's not alive to say this is what I am or who I am. Okay,
but he's also Jane Doe. Like, there's so many unidentified.
No one came to claim them.
Right.
Wow. So much darkness. How do we stay? How do we stay sane in so much darkness?
Also,
Diana?
he worked like 2 blocks away from me.
What? I know. Wait,
and they arrested him like 2 blocks away from my office. Isn't that wild? For the last 10 years, like, I probably was next to him on the street.
He probably looked at you.
I know, it's insane.
He was an architect.
Yeah.
And, like, I feel like he also had, like, a contract with, like, the DOB, the Departments of Buildings. Like, he had some contract with them where he could, like, expedite shit. The Department of Buildings are, like, literally the worst fucking shit ever. I had to deal with them. But any New York agency is just, like, so... Okay, well, to switch topics really quickly, because, well, we don't know. When is the trial going to start? When is...
God, who knows?
Who knows?
Years, probably.
I read that he said something blasé when he got arrested. Do you know what it was?
I think he was, like, confused to, like, you're arresting me? For what? Like, he played dumb, like, I think that's...
Well, the neighbors are saying he's deranged.
Well, they found a soundproof room in his basement. They're digging up the yard. They think there might be bodies back there. They think at least one person was killed in the basement in this room.
What about his family?
Dude, his family.
They didn't know. I mean, obviously.
Who knows?
Can you
imagine that's your dad?
That would be so
Or even
fucked.
just, like, somebody that you worked with.
Someone else, like, your friend's dad or something that you, like, hung out with before. I don't think I've ever had, like, I'm trying to think if I ever had a brush with a serial killer. I can't say I have.
I mean,
that I know of. Who knows?
Who knows?
Are there any, like, serial killers that his work is, like, mimicking?
Well, the BTK killer is, like, claiming that
he's copying him.
Yeah, but it's different.
Oh my God. Remember that movie Copycat? Have you seen that movie Copycat?
I don't know.
What? With fucking Sigourney Weaver and Harry Connick Jr., who's so hot. Is that his name? Harry Connick Jr. Come on. And then he does the copycat killer and he, like, does a different murder of a different famous serial killer. It's so good. Everybody watch it.
I don't know if I've
watch
ever seen that.
You will absolutely love it.
Okay.
All right. Let's switch to a lighter topic. I was reading, because this is just all about trashing men today. Tom Brady had Irina Shayk, very famous supermodel. Now that he's divorced from Giselle, at his house for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the lowest blow to Giselle. And I don't normally touch on celebrity gossip, but this is a man who went back on his word to his wife about retiring. That's what she wanted. She wanted him to retire. He's won all these Super Bowls. He's done it all. They have enough money. Time to retire. Keep your fucking brain intact. Right. You don't have any damage to it done yet. Thank God. He would not retire. They divorced because she was like, that is my line in the sand. You've now broken your word. And now he goes and fucks this other supermodel. I'm sorry. I know it's just. I know who else would he fuck? A non-supermodel? I just like feel bad for Giselle. I'm sorry. I'm like, even the most beautiful woman in the world is like in pain over a fucking.
Maybe she's not.
No, she is. I read it.
Oh.
I'm sure she is. And she's like Brazilian and like fiery, like Latina. Like,
she'll find somebody just as hot and rich. She's
who
not
will
gonna-
then be a piece of shit?
Yeah.
Seriously.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. There is no hope. Like there are no good ones, right?
I don't
Especially that are like that rich in that world. Like,
No,
they're all awful.
even, are you kidding me? In any world.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't matter. The brokest guy.
Yeah. The broke ones are horrible.
The broke ones are horrible because after the relationship, you're like, wow, I had to pay for dinner and you still fucked me over.
Yeah.
At least with the rich ones, you're like, well, I didn't waste any money.
Yeah.
Just wasted a bunch of time.
Yeah. But I feel like the rich ones are like a little crazier because they have access.
Yeah,
they have more
that's true.
access.
That's true. But then there's pros also that come with that too.
Yeah. There's no good ones. Maybe. Who knows?
How rich is the richest guy you've dated? What's the smallest dick you've ever seen? I obviously know all the answers to these questions because Diana is my best friend.
Oh,
Seriously,
God.
what's the smallest dick you've seen, Diana? We're going to do this.
I would have to say probably.
Is it the size of a butter packet?
Yeah.
Like a little golden butter packet?
Okay. It's like
That's
it was like a
okay.
little
That's
bigger
really
than that.
small.
No, it's bigger than that. It was like
2 butter
it's-
packets?
It's like
This?
the size of my hand, so like probably like 3 inches,
Oh my god.
3.5 maybe.
Mm. Are you a size? Are you not really a size queen, or are you? You just like?
I'm not, but like
But that's too small.
that's too small because it just doesn't work. You know,
It doesn't.
It's
It
hard
makes
to
you
get
feel like you have a
into.
very large vagina. Hot dog down a hallway.
It just like
Not
it like
fun for-
falls out. It's
it's-
like
yeah,
you
it's
know,
not
it's
fun
too
for
hard
anybody.
to fuck when it's that small.
Yeah, you have to just go straight anal.
I really loved him.
I know you did. And he fucked up. Can you imagine that a guy with a micro dick?
I know.
up?
That's like worse
That's
than dating
what we're-
a poor guy.
That's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
That's what
you
we
had
are
like
dealing
you were in
with.
no position to dog me the way that you did.
But this is the other thing. The broke guys and the guys with the small dicks have very low self-esteem because of
Right.
those reasons.
right, of course.
So then they're going to fuck you over
Yeah.
because like dating you and you're so fucking hot and you have your own fucking job that's great and everything. You have
I
your
don't need
own
them.
you have your own money. Pay for whatever you need to on your own. You paid for your own ass.
Mm-hmm.
Can I say that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I paid for my own tits.
Me too.
You know, you paid for your own tits and I paid for my own nose.
Me too.
Okay, we paid for all our own plastic surgery. We don't need men to pay for us for anything, even though it would be nice. And that is intimidating to a guy. I've said this before. It's like, it's different. When a woman is dating a man that's more successful financially or in a different place in his career, a further place, more stable place, whatever, it's never going to make a woman feel insecure. She's going to feel motivated. She's going to look at that as a good thing.
I don't know. I'm kind of dating a guy that has more money than me, and sometimes I'm insecure about it.
But insecure in the way that like it makes you feel like you're less than because you have less money, or he's just like he's kind of a baller, so you're like, oh shit, he could have anyone, he could do that.
Yeah.
Right? That's different.
Yeah.
That's different. With men, if they're dating a woman who has more money than them, they're just like feeling emasculated.
Yes.
They're not like, oh, she could go have
'Cause they're
anyone. Maybe they think that too.
Pussies.
That's not the thing. They're thinking, I'm emasculated.
Yeah.
This is like, and now I have to go do whatever to make myself feel big.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's just something wrong with all of them, though. They're just like,
I don't know. I give up now. I really do.
know.
I'm giving up.
I know. I feel the same way.
Well, you know, I was going to go on a date with a girl
Mhm.
before I started dating the guy. And like, maybe I need to reach back out to her. But
Yeah.
maybe I do. Maybe I need to explore that, you know?
Yeah.
Like maybe I'm freaking gay. Like I'm not gay, but I'm not gay. But how would I know? I don't know. I've been maybe socially conditioned to be straight.
I actually feel like everybody is bi. I have a
I
theory
think
that
so.
everyone
I
in the
honestly
world
think
is bi.
I think so too. But then I have some friends that are like, nope, don't want to. You don't want to eat pussy.
I mean, I don't like necessarily.
But do you really want to
now.
suck dick either? No, I mean, it's funner.
I j-
You don't want to suck a 3-inch
Listen,
dick.
I'm a very sexual person. I've done both.
Do you want to
I would do it again.
like,
It's hard for me to imagine being in a relationship with a woman,
right? Yeah, same. I know it's
but I could
like,
definitely have sex with one.
who's paying for dinner? That's what I want
That's
to
a
know.
great question.
Yeah, well, that's what I
How
was
will the
wondering.
dynamic be?
That's what I was wondering if I was going on a date with this girl who I met. I was like, am I paying for dinner or is she paying for dinner? Or are we splitting it? Or how does it work? Who's the guy? I put that in
Who
air
has more
quotes.
money?
Who has more money? But how do you know on the first date who has more money?
You don't know?
I mean, what if you both have great jobs? You know?
Yeah, that's a great question. I don't know.
Yeah, I might have to venture into that
Go
at
for it.
some
Why
point. Not right now, but at some point I might have to
You're
check
too
it out.
traumatized right now.
It's not that I'm traumatized. I'm just like not interested. Like I'm just
Yeah.
like whatever. I love being alone.
Yeah.
I like being single.
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. You know that. Also, I have Kier already, right?
Yeah.
I have Rob, even though he's not my. And Rob has a girlfriend who I think is amazing, and like, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I love her.
What's her name?
Wait, what?
What's her name?
I can't say. I'm not going to say her name on this, but shout out to
Is
her
it
if
the
she's
same
listening.
one?
Yeah, the same one.
Okay, good.
She's great.
That's
And
great.
even though we've only met on FaceTime, but we like text and, that kind of stuff. I would really like to meet her, but, I want him to be with someone who is psychologically well,
Yeah. Stable.
a good person,
Yeah.
cares about our family,
Yes.
cares about the family unit and her becoming a part of the family unit, not on some weird like sister wives inappropriate shit. You know what I mean? Like I
Right.
don't need to like be hanging out with them all the time. Nothing like that. But like if they're
Respects it.
but respects it and like and you know what? It's really cool. She reached out to me and was like, I want your blessing to meet Kier and I want to meet you first. And of course it should have been Rob's like thing to do that, but he's so passive and quiet and freaked out about things. But she did that. And I was like, I respect that shit.
Yeah. No,
So she's
that's
fucking
cool.
great in my book.
I love her.
I love her too. I really do. I'm like, bring her on board. We're into it.
I'm happy for him.
I am happy for him too. Hopefully he doesn't fuck it up because men are trash.
Rob's a good guy though.
Mm-hmm. They had one argument and I got involved in it to help him. Not help him, but I was like, listen, he's not a I basically just stood up for him. I'm like, he didn't do what you think he did and he wouldn't. And he's just a quiet dude sometimes, and he's like older and like makeup.
Oh,
I know. And maybe that was inappropriate of me though.
no,
No, I have fucking
fine.
do I have sweat mark? Oh my god, I spilled Thai iced tea all over myself. When were you gonna tell me this?
I was trying to.
This is insane. I can't believe I did this to myself. I was trying. Now I have sweat marks. I have Thai iced tea all over myself. I
Just
look like
take
a
it
damn
off.
slob.
Just be naked.
Yeah, I've already done that. Now I have Thai iced tea all over my new cute pants. Do you like my sneakers?
I love them.
Aren't they so cute? They're this brand.
You're not wearing socks?
No, because they're see-through
I hate it.
or whatever. They're Axel Arigato. It's a Swedish brand.
That's cool.
Yeah. Should I just leave this like this or should we stop and should I clean it?
I don't know if cleaning it is going to do anything.
Do you think it'll come out in the wash? This is my new Skim shirt.
I hope so for the sake of your new shirt.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of expensive just for like a pink t-shirt, as we know.
I know.
Are you wearing all Skims right now?
I am. Brand new.
Let's talk about your body. Let's talk about your transformation.
Okay.
People love plastic surgery talk. When did it all start?
I got cheated on and I was like, fuck this.
Wait, by yeah, okay.
And this was something I had been thinking about for a long time, but I hadn't like pulled the trigger to book it. And that happened and I was like, fuck this. I don't want to live like this anymore. Like I can't do this. I want to date somebody that, is better. And I need like, the confidence, whatever to do this again, to be in another. So I booked it and I got my first BBL in January of 2022.
Talk a little more.
I got my first BBL in January of 2022.
And I was supposed to come help you, but I had a nervous breakdown. Sorry.
Yeah, and then I did a couple things to my face after that.
Like
And
what?
then I had my buccal fat removed from my cheeks.
That's a real popular one.
Yeah. I had 2 rounds of chin lipo.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a fat transfer from my back into my lips.
Wow.
That one was pretty awful.
Painful?
Well, all of those were awake.
Mm.
So it's, it's like awake lipo and
Oh my God. And do you feel the...
yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily feel it, but you can hear it and you can feel them, doing it, and it's not a pleasant thing.
Yeah.
Um
This is... I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by this stain all over me. I mean, this is being filmed. That's why I'm not,
just put your hair in front of it.
Okay, there we
There you
go. All right.
And then last year in December, I did my nose and my boobs at the same time.
Which I was a little nervous about.
I think, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But it was actually fine. I flew home like 3 days later. I was
That's
fine.
crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't really even... Did you get black eyes after your...
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not so happy with my nose, though. I need to do it again. So,
Why aren't you happy with it?
because the bump is still there.
Your
and
nose looks great.
I know, but the reason I did it was to get rid of the bump, and the bump is still there.
Right,
So
I get
it's
it.
like,
But I feel like now it looks like you don't have a nose job,
I know,
which is
but
really
that's
great.
not what I want.
You want a nose job looking nose? No,
Not
you
a
don't
nose
want
job
that.
looking nose, but
Uh-uh.
I want it to look like, perfect.
Why can't the Kardashians be honest about plastic surgery?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't think they ever will be.
It
They're
is-
doubling down right
It's
now.
fucking insane.
They are doubling down. They will never admit it.
Okay, I have never watched. I have nothing against like any of them. Honestly, like I feel like they would probably seem like fun to hang out with. I'd love to be friends with them.
Yeah, they'd be great.
Yeah, they'd be great time. They'd be a great fucking time.
Hell yeah.
But I've never watched one of the episodes ever. But I know, obviously, just from being alive and like, going online, that they lie about plastic surgery. And they've literally have had probably like 20 surgeries each.
More.
Easy, right? Like
More.
Kim's had like a facelift and a lip lift and a neck lift and 5 nose
Nose
jobs and her
boobs,
eyebrow lift and
BBL,
a million
lipo
BBLs
all over. So many. I bet they've done all kinds of things. I bet they've had rib removals. Like things that
Seriously?
normal people don't even consider.
They don't even like, right.
I'm sure.
So what is the psychological, like, what is the lying? Why do people feel like they can't be honest when we all know you weren't born like this?
Maybe because they've come this far with the lie.
And like now
it's too late.
It's too late, right?
I mean, I'm assuming
20 years. Everyone knows. I guess maybe they feel like you all know. So why would we tell you?
Yeah.
You already know. Why make us admit it?
But then there's times when they say like, no, I've had nothing done, and it's like you're blatantly lying to everyone. Why?
Or do they feel like they've shown so much of their lives and given people so much that this is the one thing?
But then just don't talk about it ever. Don't address it ever.
Well, but that would be like impossible, right? People are gonna ask them about it. They're so rich, it's insane.
They can do whatever they want.
I think I would lose my mind. No, I honestly don't think I would be happy having that life. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure.
They look like they're chilling. They look like
really
they
do.
can handle it.
They really do, though. But maybe because they have like 20 people helping them. Maybe they have like I don't know. They look like they're chilling, but
right. I'm sure
we don't
stressful.
know. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I'm
where's
sure there's a lot
Kanye?
of darkness.
Where's Kanye West?
I don't know. Where is he?
Where did he go?
Oh, he's got that new wife now.
Yeah, and they're wearing crazy outfits.
I mean, what is going on there? There's some fucked up shit going on there.
It is. It's shoulder pads and sock shoes and he's creative though. Hates Jews. Very creative.
I just the dynamic between him and his wife, his new.
Oh my god, he had like a cloth over her head, like she was like a hostage, and he was like walking her around,
like, fully covered.
Oh my god!
Said, I just like, what's her deal? Where'd she come from? What
she was working for Yeezy.
I know, but like, I so mysterious. I don't know. I just want to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Is it real?
Who knows? Is anything real that we read about, like,
No.
on TMZ? No. Or the news? We don't know.
But then why? Why not just like
I know that every single paparazzi photo of the Kardashians is photoshopped to high heavens, you know? And I like following these Instagram accounts that are like Insta famous, like, you know, Dana.
Yeah.
Right. And these accounts that like call the celebrities out and are like, okay, they don't really call them out. They try to do it in a nice way. Sometimes it's kind of hard to do it in a nice way though. But like it's like you've had like a ponytail facelift, they've had this, they've had that. And like I mean, the way that like women do have to deal constantly with like these images being bombarded because of Instagram and because of social media, like the amount of images we see that are like not normal, attainable, or natural is fucking crazy. Because me growing up, it was like Vogue, also unattainable, but I just saw that once a month.
I do feel like I'm not sure what's better though. Like, is it better that they lie and pretend that it's natural and women are just like, oh, I guess I can never look like that? Or do they come out and say, I've had this, this, and this, and this, and then women go and do all of those things and maybe not go to like the best doctor or whatever? Like, it's a very hard place to be, you know, like either you're going to be responsible for women hating themselves for who they are, or you're going to be responsible for women getting like botched surgeries. Like I don't know. I feel like I don't.
It's a slippery slope. It's just the
Yeah.
fact that it's not even like good or bad. It's just that like we see too much on social media, period. You know what I mean? Like we're bombarded with just imagery too much. People's perfect lives, people's perfect vacations, like, you know, just curated fake shit that's not real, that's designed to keep us addicted. They design these fucking apps to affect the parts of our brains that are affected when we do cocaine. Not that I've ever done cocaine. And it's fucking addictive.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
Like my goal in life is to delete Instagram and never go back.
I secretly wish every day that it would just crash and never come back.
But why don't we just go off of it?
Because I don't want to not participate. If it's going to exist, I want to know what's going on. But I wish everyone was off of it.
I would like to go off of it completely.
I mean, good luck.
I think I don't know. Yeah. I might pull the plug at one point. Maybe like next year. Yeah. It's hard because I like make money off of it too.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like at this point, you need it for.
But do I? What I need it for? What? To show everyone that like, look, I'm having fun. I'm at a party and I'm wearing this dress and look at my glam.
That's how you make money. You're like an influencer.
I don't say that.
That's what
I'm the worst influencer. I'm not an influencer, by the way, but I did have to post something today and I didn't know how to I had to hide the story from some people. And then I had to like tag someone, but then like hide the tag. And like, it was just so confusing. I hate it.
That sounds awful.
I have some great pictures I'm posting tonight though.
Great.
You're going to love them. You're going to love them. Yeah. Instagram is a fucked up thing.
It really is.
It's also turned like everything into, it's like, it takes you out of the moment. I'm not saying anything new, but it's like everything becomes like, well, I could post when I'm there. I could do some content there. At concerts, it's just people doing fucking Instagram live streaming. Remember when we went to the Little Kim concert?
Yes. Oh my God.
There was someone doing an Instagram live.
I don't even.
Or were they just filming it?
What they were doing? She just had her phone out the entire time. And her phone had this giant case on it, and it was like flipped open. And me and you were like,
it was insane. The entire for every single artist that came out on stage
the whole time.
That was a great show.
Yeah, it was.
It was so good.
Yeah, it was really good.
Like Apollo Theater, Little Kim. The people watching, the floor length chinchillas.
There were so many.
Oh my God.
A lot of aunties in there.
Such good people watching. The lovely woman who was outside, we took a picture of her. She was a little drunk.
Yeah.
She was so funny. I loved her.
Yeah.
All right, what else? What else is on the docket? What should we cover?
I don't know. You tell me.
I'm sorry.
I don't know what we're allowed and not allowed to talk about.
Oh my God. We can talk about anything, Diana. We can talk about anything.
Anything?
Anything. Oh, well, not anything.
Why? What's not anything?
No, not like the thing. You know
Which
what I'm
one?
talking about?
No, there's so many
Not like the
things.
major thing that's gonna in a couple months.
Oh, right.
Right.
Obviously, no.
Oh, okay, good.
That I knew.
Yeah, you know that. But anything, and you can say it something and then I can like delete it anyway.
Yeah.
We usually have
Stop staring at the stain on your shirt.
It's horrible. I honestly like cannot believe I did this to myself. Okay, tell me about the worst date you ever went on. I'm gonna try to hide the
Oh
stain.
God, you know what? I feel like this question gets asked a lot, and I always think about it, but like I haven't ever really been on like a bad date.
Shut the fuck
I swear, I've never been on like a horrible date. I don't date that much. I don't really do that a
They
lot.
just come straight over to the apartment.
No, I've just been in like a lot of, long relationships, and it's like we go on our first date and then we are immediately together forever.
Oh my
I don't have
God.
to go on any more dates.
Okay, I'm gonna bleep it out. Who was my least favorite boyfriend of yours?
I'm gonna have to say
No, of mine.
oh,
And I'll bleep it out. And I'm gonna bleep that out too. Unless you don't want me to. And yeah, he's my least favorite boyfriend of yours also, obviously.
yes. I'm trying to think of all of them. I guess
Yeah. He was
Yeah.
pretty awful.
because he didn't even try to like be friends with me, and I didn't like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
The
like
rest,
when we
the rest of them have been like very nice and like know that they need to be nice to me, otherwise why? Like
Yeah.
But yeah, he was like always weird and quiet around me, and
He's just such a he was a weirdo. He
Yeah.
couldn't really like talk to he was not good at
Yeah.
talking to people
yeah.
or doing anything.
Yeah.
He wasn't good at life.
Yeah. I think he was good at one thing, but he didn't really do that.
Yeah.
One thing he was good at.
Wait, the one thing that like
Skateboarding.
oh yeah. I thought you were gonna say drinking.
Oh well, yeah, I guess
he was actually horrible.
pretty-
No, but
yeah.
he was horrible at that.
Yeah, he was a horrible.
Oh yeah, he was good at skateboarding.
Yeah.
But probably not so much anymore, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, that's probably I mean, he's probably my least favorite boyfriend also. Because
I feel like that was a tough one for you.
That was a tough one. That was a really tough one. I was really fell
Yeah.
deep into love with him. But
Yes.
I'm like, was it love?
I think so.
I get like confused now. I'm like, is
When-
it love
when
if
you
it's
look back.
making you feel like shit?
But it didn't always make you feel like shit.
Like
A lot of
do-
times it did, but there were
lot.
definitely times where it didn't. I think you guys had a deep trauma bond,
Yeah, we did.
and like the more you experience those lows with somebody, the more attached you are.
Oh my God. Yeah, I went to a mental hospital after that one.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
It was rough. We went on a vacation together.
But also, he was a very sad person.
He was a sad person. And I, we love sad boys sometimes. We want to fix them. I mean, our first date that we went on, it's crazy. I really know how to pick him. I like literally saw a picture of him on Instagram in my friend's feed and was like, I need to meet him.
Yeah. I
And
remember.
then my friend who passed away, God rest his soul, put us on a text message together, and we went on a date like the next week or something like that. And he showed up and was like drunk, drove from another area to the city, and he was like so drunk, and I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. I honestly, even before I met him, I had like my stomach hurt because I like almost knew my body was like reacting to him.
That's so
And also
weird.
this one that's now over, my body was reacting majorly
Yes.
to this.
Yes.
And I was trying to be like, no, it's just
I know.
I'm just
I've been not saying it to you, but yeah, like the way that your body is literally physically rejecting him
right.
is like a sign.
Oh, you mean
yes.
that. I wasn't
Yeah.
even talking about that.
Well, that.
My vagina. We can say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kept getting yeast infections. I'm not embarrassed by it. And it's not an STD because I got tested a million times. But it's like,
But it
my
wasn't
God, it's-
you. It was like him.
it's him.
It was him.
Right?
And
'Cause I'm not someone who really, my vagina does, I don't get chronic
Right,
yeast
right.
infections.
It's
I
the
know a
it's
lot
the
of women
person.
do, like yeast infections, UTIs, fucking
Right.
BV. This is something that we have to deal with as women, like
Yeah.
a lot of us, you know. But I don't go
Right.
through
It
that.
was from him.
It was from him, that
Yeah.
fucking dirty piece of shit. Just kidding.
And
It's not.
it's not even that he's
It's some
dirty. It's
pH
yeah,
shit.
it's like your bacteria and his don't. They're not good for each other.
But it's also maybe on a deeper
Maybe.
kinetic level of like, nah, the body's
Yeah.
like, no.
Yeah.
But also like when we first started dating, it was like there were like things that would like make me feel super uncomfortable, and then he would act like I was overreacting, and then I had to like question myself like, oh, maybe I'm just like being vulnerable and it's scaring me. It's like, no, actually, because I've been vulnerable before. I've been in a fucking like long-term relationship before, you know, like I know what it's like to open up and to love someone and do all that, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, actually, you're triggering me and I'm having a reaction.
I feel like I'm dealing with that right now too.
Really?
Yeah.
With baller guy?
Yeah.
He's
I don't
triggering
know.
you.
Sometimes, and then I'm like, I'm just overreacting, or like it's too soon for me to be upset about something like that. But then I'm like, but I can't help it. I am upset about it. And it's like,
No, it's okay. It's okay
is
to be
it?
upset about things. Yes, it's okay to be upset about it. I'm not doing this shit anymore where we pretend that we're not upset and we're so cool and nothing bothers us. No. It's bothering me. That's the thing. I would also say, this is bothering me. Can you not do this? And if you can't not do that, it's not like I'm like, can you not
Yeah.
talk to your sister? Or like, can you not like, you know, eat a cheeseburger or something you love to do? I'm like saying things that are literally will be nothing for him, right?
Yeah.
Can you just not do that?
Yeah.
If you go do that thing and it's like really, like that means that that's more important than my
Right.
feelings, and then you can go fuck yourself.
Right. And at this point with you and him, you were deep in it. Like it's been months.
Yeah.
Yeah. With me, it's only been like a month. I don't know if it's like I can't.
I don't know, Diana. You need to let these guys know you are high maintenance emotionally up front.
I'm not.
Well, I
though.
am, and I need to let them know.
I'm not.
I am, and I'm fine with it.
That's fine. Look, it like went away.
It kind of went away.
It blended in.
Also, like this one, thank God there wasn't a lot of time. So it's not like there's a lot of time invested. It's not
Yeah.
like with, we'll bleep that out. That was a lot of time.
That was a lot of time.
That was years.
Yeah. Yeah. How many years was that?
That was like 3 years on and off. You know, I'll never do that again. That's the thing I learned. Like, that's what you learn. Like, I mean, you're supposed to learn it in your 20s, and I learned it in my 30s. It's like, you don't give it too much time. Do not give it years. Months, okay. But like this time with the latest guy, it's like, no, like there's not enough. Like, I don't feel like, yeah, the thing he did, it wasn't the worst thing. And I could have just like moved on. Like, if I had more time invested in him, I would have been like, okay, let's just like move on.
Right.
Like, and get over it and work through it. And it's over.
Right.
But because it's like so new, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to keep, like, now it's over.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just not like it's not worth continuing.
No, there's been too many things.
There has been. And also the other thing is this, I'm the kind of person, the kind of Virgo, it's like when I'm done with you, you will not find me.
That's a fact.
Like, you will not find me anywhere.
Yeah.
You might see me on TV or in a magazine. That's it. You're not going to see me on social media because I'm blocking you.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to hit me up on my iMessages or my phone. Like, maybe you can WhatsApp me or whatever.
You're good at detaching.
I'm really good at detaching. Like, you don't exist to me. And also, even if you're not a whole monster, I'll make you into a whole monster. And I'll just visualize you are pain. I don't like pain. I am staying away from pain. Because I don't like pain. Fucking want to feel good.
Yeah.
So, like, now I just see you as bad. You're bad. You're monster, pain, bye. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just easy.
That's the healthiest way to do
That's it. You're dead to me. I don't need to. Also, I don't need to be on some, like, I'm not friends with any of my exes. They are all mistakes. They were mistakes that I made. Except for Rob. because we had to be
yeah.
friends because of Kier, you know, and
He's a great
whatever.
friend.
Yeah, we're cool. So, but
I
every
wonder if you'd be friends with Rob if you didn't have Kier.
you know what? Sometimes I wonder the same thing. It
I
just doesn't even.
I
It would
feel
never.
like maybe
It
it
would never.
would.
But it would never exist that way.
Yeah. Because you guys never would have had to like,
We never
you
would
know.
have not had Kier. It was all.
But also you wouldn't have had the relationship that you have like without her because you wouldn't have
been
you guys have
so.
been so you work together to
Yeah,
like
we
make
were
money for your family and
right.
like you wouldn't have done that together if
Exactly.
you didn't have Kiki.
Exactly. But like all my other exes, there is not one that I am in touch with. They are all on my blocked list.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm not checking for them. I don't want to know what's up with them.
Yeah, same.
Like, I don't need to know. I don't care. I think you all suck.
Yeah, they're all the worst.
They're just mistakes. And they remind me of bad times in my life. I'm happier in life single. I just am. Like, really, I don't know. Like, I just feel like I really.
Well, I think you're coming out of something fresh. You just need some time.
Yeah, but also I'm coming out of like a fucking like 3-year traumatic period too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we all are really because of COVID and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's just
The exes are done.
what is this guy doing to you that's making you feel a type of way? Like what has he said or
Well,
done?
I mean, it's a very complicated situation.
Oh yeah, that's true. It is.
It's very complicated. But he, we kind of like made plans one night. And we like talked about it, and I was like waiting for him to meet
Post
me
the
downstairs.
disturbance.
Yes.
There was a disturbance. We'll
There
just
was-
we'll call it a disturbance.
Yeah. A very intense disturbance.
It was a very intense disturbance.
Like I'm surprised even
that
said
was out of
yes
your
to me.
control.
Right. Yeah. So we like made plans, we were gonna meet, and then he kind of disappeared on me. And I was like, what the fuck?
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. And he was doing things, he's busy, and I knew that, and that's fine. But like I didn't hear from him at all that night.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next day when I was like, what the fuck? Kind of.
Did you say what the fuck?
No, I was like, I was expecting him to hit me up the next day and be like, yo, my bad, or, I got caught up, this and that, and he didn't. And instead he like liked an Instagram photo of mine, and I was like, why are you liking it? Why I thought you were dead. Call me. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you okay? Like, I was like, I said, are you joking? And he was like, huh? And acted all like surprised that I was mad. And I was like, we had plans. Like, what do you? And he was kind of like mean about it.
Oh no.
And so I don't know. I'm just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because I put him through hell.
That's nice of you.
On accident.
On accident. Okay, that's a smart. You're actually one of the few people whose opinions not that I always listen to you, but I do value your opinion on like relationship guy situations.
That shocks me.
And I'm not sure if I should be, since you're kind of a hot mess, bitch. No, but I feel like you will give it to me straight. You don't lie to me. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be listening to you, though.
I mean, I do know how to make a man fall in love with me.
No, but I also feel like I can be like, I have a very like extreme, like I have extreme feelings.
Yeah.
I know that. So sometimes like I need to talk to my friends and be like, am I overreacting about this?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll tell me like if I am or if I'm not,
Yeah.
Right?
This happened yesterday.
What?
It happened yesterday.
It did happen yesterday. I did not, I did break up with someone and I didn't act dignified or classy.
And that's why I do. That's why I am honest with you, because I know that the next day you're going to be like, either you're going to regret it or you're not, and I don't want you to do something that you're going to regret. And I know who you are as a person, and I know like
Thank you.
when I know if it was you telling you what to do, you'd be like, Leah, shut up.
Yeah.
Stop.
Right. See, that's why I'm good for reality TV, because like I do, when I fucking go off, I go off, but I don't want people seeing that side of me. And I'm also trying to like grow and like not react in these ways. But
that Leah is not the worst person I've ever met, though. Like that Leah, when she's crazy like that, like
No, it's entertaining and it's hilarious.
Yeah, she's still not like a bad person.
Absolutely
she's
not. It's just like not, but of course, but I'm just saying in reality TV, they'll cut out everything else and only put that. You know what? That's it. That's all you'll see. And you'll be like, you're a maniac. And it's like, no, I'm not. That's only 5% of me, you know?
Yeah. When you're really unhinged.
I did drag Kier into the breakup and she was okay with it. She did send me a photo of me and him side by side.
She is your daughter.
And
she is your daughter. Because you would do that.
Look at this. He doesn't deserve you. He's so ugly. He's not ugly, you know, or I didn't think so. Whatever.
Let me not. He's not ugly.
No, he's not. He's not hot. He's not like
right,
handsome.
But who wants a hot guy anyway?
Right. Like that wasn't like the
yeah
the attraction. It's not like, you know, I was with him.
You do actually.
Like
you do kind of like a hot guy.
No, I do like a hot guy.
I don't.
No, but I've fucked with some ugly dudes for sure.
Yes. Yeah, you have.
Big time. Oh my God. We're thinking of the same one. Oh my God. That was a weird thing I went through. And I'm writing about it in my memoir now. My new memoir that I'm writing. That was also almost like but anyway, so I sent the ex to the photo, the text message that Kier sent me. And I said, and my daughter thinks you're ugly and you look dirty. And you should date homeless women. Okay, I'm done.
Date homeless women.
To make him feel good about himself. Okay, so the really ugly guy that I dated that you're talking about, that was the weirdest. Like, it was almost like he was pretty obese.
I don't know if I'd say he was obese.
Diana.
He was just a little unhealthy.
Diana,
like,
he was literally
guy.
like 70 pounds overweight.
I don't remember him like that.
Yeah, he was. He was food addict, you know?
He had some issues.
Yeah, he had a food addiction. Which I think he's like healthy now or whatever.
Good for him.
Not body shaming, guys, just, you know, facts. And he was really, I'm not going to go into describing him because I am worried it's going to be I'm saving it for my book anyway. But it almost turned into a weird fetish because it was like him naked was so jarring and bizarre. I felt like I was in a weird fucking creepy porn with him. And I liked it.
I mean, hey.
But then after a while, I had to put a pillow over my face to have an orgasm.
That's when you
Not because I wanted to suffocate myself, because I didn't want to look at him.
That's when you know it's over.
It was over for a while. And then I just stopped like having sex with him.
It's really hard to find a man that like you want to fuck. That like you're so attracted to, you want to fuck.
Oh my God. It's
so
hard to find a fuckable dude.
It's really difficult.
Holy shit.
It's really, really difficult.
It's like insane. It's like, why?
I think that's why when we do find one, we want to hold on.
We hold on to them. And even though there's all red flags or there's whatever, we're like, well, we may never get fucked again. I may die next week.
I may never see a dick like this again.
I may never see a big dick ever again.
Literally.
I may never get pounded ever again. And I'll die in a year and that'll be it.
That's why I was so upset when that guy disappeared that night, because I was like, what if we die tomorrow and I never see a pretty dick again?
Who, baller dude?
Yeah.
Oh, he has a pretty dick?
Oh my God, perfect. It's the best.
How big?
Huge.
Oh, how huge. Show us. Show us. Is it like it's bigger than that? Oh, it's that thick?
Hold on. It's not that thick.
I'm looking at it.
It's probably.
I guess this is pretty thick. Hold on. We're holding a Poland Spring bottle, everybody, by the way. Yeah, I mean, my hands won't even.
Yeah, no, it's not that thick.
That's like,
but
dude,
it's big.
I was watching a porn the other day. I wasn't even turned on by it. It just like popped up. I always feel like weird after watching porn, but whatever. I watch it anyway. And there was a man with a dick that was like 2 feet big. I'm gonna send it to you. It looked like a giant anaconda snake. I'm not kidding. It's like this. He's over here, standing there. She's here, and the dick is in her, and he's back there.
It was real.
Having sex with her like this.
Oh.
Yes.
See, that honestly,
no,
that's too much for me.
Of course it is. I mean, that man can't have a normal life.
Right.
He needs to have a total dick surgery, but he's not because he's probably making a lot of money doing porn. But it's not even hot, obviously. Like that's
Yeah.
not enjoyable. And
Just
the
looks
porn,
like it hurts.
he can't even have sex fully. That's not going fully in someone. I mean, it's literally this big.
It can't be that big.
Diana, I will
If it-
send you the fucking
Okay,
porn. It is
okay.
crazy. Oh, and by the way, why is every single porn on Pornhub? And I love the people at Pornhub. Okay, I really do. And I've worked with them before, not like not in a porn, but like, you know, hosted their events. And I gave an award to one of the people like during COVID. We did like a virtual whatever. I'm all about sex workers and sex positivity, and you know, I think sex work should be legalized, you know, and we could make it safer for people. But anyway, everything on Pornhub right now is stepsister,
Oh my God.
stepdaughter,
Yes.
stepfather, stepmother. This is creeping me out. I
It's
don't want to
so
even think about
weird.
that shit. That's not hot to me at all.
But it must be like the number one thing people search for because that's literally all it is.
I'm gonna ask them about that because I'm like gonna call them and be like, can you change this? Because
like,
it's not okay.
Even if that's like not even what's going on, like the title will say that.
Of course,
just to get you to click on it. It's so weird.
Weird. It's like, no, it's just a guy and a girl having sex. They're not stepbrother and stepsister. Why do I need to think about that? I don't want to think that these two are somehow related by marriage.
Right. It's
like next
so
thing
weird.
It's going to be like sister and brother or something. It's like, what's next, you know?
I mean, I feel like that's what people want.
And I do have to say that some of these girls look so young that it is so creepy.
I don't watch those ones.
Oh, me neither. Are you kidding me? I have a 16-year-old.
Oh
Oh my God. I'm like, and they're purposely trying to make them look younger, you know?
so
Like, and
weird
even if
to
a
me.
girl's like, I guess like you can do porn when you're 18 probably, right?
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Even though you can't drink yet, whatever, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But that's fucking young. And then
hate
they can
it.
make them look younger. It's
hate
sick.
it.
So they need to change that shit up. There needs to be laws. Like there needs to be laws. Like
Yeah.
we need to have a healthier relationship with sex. Like in America, we have the most fucked up relationship with sex. In other countries, like in Europe, not every single country in Europe, but in a lot of countries in Europe, sex is not so, people are more open and they're just like healthier about sex. I can't explain it. I just see it with like my European friends and when I've traveled and like the way that they have ads and everything. And like, it's just not so we're like hypersexual here, but then we also like think sex is disgusting at the same time.
A lot of
But
shame.
then there's a lot of shame, but there's also a lot of like exploitation, like, and hypersexuality, like even young pop stars and shit. Look at Britney Spears, look at, you know, everything. I mean, and I know it's like such a conservative like thing. It's like the pedos and the chill, but there is fucking children are being sex trafficked. This shit is real. My last guest was raped by her grandfather. I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, horrible stuff is going on. And when children get sex trafficked, they are getting sex trafficked by their fucking family. I watched this fucking, have you heard of Soft White Underbelly?
No.
Oh my God, Diana. It's this YouTube channel with this guy who's like a
Oh, I think you
documentarian.
told me about that.
He had the incest family. They're like really like what, you know, out there because they have so many issues from like cross incest. I mean, really.
God.
He also had real deal like sex trafficking victims who's like the mother sex trafficked the fucking daughter.
I mean, it's just
what
disgusting.
the fuck? She should be executed.
It's like, why?
Just kill these people, shoot them in the head, and get rid of them because they should not even be alive.
Have that child.
She was probably honestly molested herself, but that doesn't give an excuse to obviously do it to your own. You can get help,
Right?
You know, like you don't just because you were abused doesn't mean like you can turn into an abuser and that's okay.
It's just awful. Poor kids.
How did we get on this topic?
I don't know.
I like talking about the ex-boyfriends better.
Let's go.
Who was your favorite ex-boyfriend of mine? Oh, I already know. No, you can't say Rob. So say someone else.
What's his face? The young one.
Oh my
He
God.
was so fun.
Wait,
He was a blast.
Wait, the one that starts with A?
Yes.
Oh yeah, so fun that he wrote a book about me. That was like
I mean, yeah. What happened post breakup was not so fun.
he wrote a
but in it, when we were in it, he was the best.
I know.
He was the best.
And it was also a fun time for us.
Yeah, it was.
Like Mob was like having all these
We were
parties
doing
and we
a
were just
lot.
like out all the time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else there was.
But then he wrote this guy I dated. He was younger than me. He was 21, I was 31. He was a young buck. What?
I just remember when he like came out with the novel or whatever it was, and we kind of just like ignored it because we didn't realize what it was. And then one day I like happened to read an excerpt from it, and it was literally about you. And I was like, oh my God.
And about like
Leah.
what a horrible person I am,
like,
and how I
Leah,
have all these mental health issues, and the meds I'm on make me not want to have sex.
It was wild.
And
the
I'm
shit
like
he
a
was saying.
terrible person.
It was insane.
It was.
You traumatized him.
I know. I have to say, I was entertained by the like maybe I'm a narcissist or something. But I liked reading about myself in that way. It was wild. It was talked about Rob. It talked about
and the names that he like made up.
He switched the names. My name's
crazy.
Lisa, and it was like
the company
married to the something else. I did traumatize him.
Oh, I feel
the first cut is. I feel bad too. He bought me. I don't know how he could even afford this, but he bought me like.
He couldn't.
I know.
He loved you.
He bought me La Perla lingerie
Oh.
and tickets to the opera for Christmas. And I was in Jamaica. And when I was in Jamaica, I started just feeling disgusted by him. And I just stopped talking to him and like broke up with him. He like sent me an email and I just ghosted him. I don't know. That's my other problem is that like after, like I just can start getting like, maybe it's like intimacy and shit. Like once I feel like someone's really serious about me or something, I'm like, bye. I'm not interested in you anymore. I don't know. He was 21.
He was so young, and I think the whole thing for you was just fun. And then when it got too serious, you were like, no.
I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
I don't want another kid. Yeah. I don't want a fucking family. I have one already. They're a pain in my ass. I have a whole big family. I got a sister and a brother and a mother and a father and a kid and an ex and his girlfriend. And it's like, I can't deal with more.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You've already had a kid. I feel like that.
It's like, I'm not doing that again.
Right. You're not dating to, yeah.
No, that would be really like, I can't even like imagine like doing that all over again. Like I want to like, Kira's going to be graduating from high school in a couple years. I don't know what's next for me. Like, I don't know, but it's not going to be changing diapers. Watch, maybe I'll fall in love and have a kid. I mean,
what's
who knows?
funny is that when you are in love, you're like, maybe I'll have a kid with him every time.
I know.
And
when I'm in love with someone, I'm like, just come in me and get me pregnant now. And then I'm like, plan B. Yeah, because when you're in love and you're fucking also when you're ovulating and you're in love, and yeah, you just like imagine it because it's like you can't fucking help it. It's biological. Yeah. Shit sucks.
Yeah.
But I better freeze my eggs if I really want to. You know?
I feel like you have one great kid.
I have an amazing kid. Oh my God, she's doing her nails now. You should see. She has a nail machine. She had these long ass nails today. She was like, I'm like, oh my God, you're my daughter.
Can she do this?
She's gonna start doing our nails for us. I went and got my toes done by Sayaka earlier.
Seeing her tomorrow.
You're seeing her tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit for mani and pedi because it's just too many hours and I start like losing my mind. I can't sit for that long.
Really?
Yeah. Or today I couldn't.
I just like am like let's get it all over with.
No, I'll do my nails next week. Yeah.
It is like so annoying having to do them.
Yeah, can we just get permanent? I wish I could do permanent nails and permanent eyelashes.
Ugh.
Because I have no eyelashes.
Same.
I don't have any.
I have to go every 2 weeks.
Wait, do you have fake eyelashes? They look so good. Maybe I need to get some. I don't know. But mine always look weird on me. They're like just too obvious.
I feel like the upkeep of being a hot girl is like really fucking exhausting.
Oh, it's so crazy. We need a tax break. Hello.
I mean, I spend so much money and I have at appointments at least once a week.
No, it's so time consuming being a woman that it's fucking insane. Yeah. And when you're trying to be a hot woman, forget it.
I know.
I mean, honestly, the joke's on us though. We could just fucking not be hot and like our lives would probably be like so much more chill.
Yeah.
But
also being hot is so much better.
But also YOLO.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up. Okay. Diana.
Leah.
Let's get married. I love you.
I love you too.
Will you come back?
Sure.
Did you have fun?
Always.
You're like, always.
I'm always having fun with you.
I know. We have so much fun together. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe. and leave a comment on Apple, Spotify. Go to YouTube and subscribe and like and all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can email the Leah McSweeney Show at gmail.com. Thank you.